The sniper had been lying in wait in the desert for an entire day and night. But when the target finally came into view, he didn't rush to pull the trigger. The man they were supposed to take out had a black beard, but the one in his crosshairs had a white one. His spotter was already impatient, constantly urging him to shoot. But the sniper, Duggan, still didn't pull the trigger. The spotter was fuming. They had been stuck out there for too long, enduring the brutal heat and lack of water, but even so, they held their ground. It wasn't until the next day that the real target finally showed up. The spotter quickly called out the distance and wind speed. This time, Duggan didn't hesitate. One shot, one kill. The target was over 1,400 meters away. A true testament to Duggan's skills as an elite sniper. Their extraction team was already waiting nearby. After completing the mission, Duggan and his spotter swiftly withdrew back at camp. The squad threw a celebration in their honor. On the wall hung a photo of the man Duggan had taken down, a symbol of his deadly precision. Duggan thought he would spend his life fighting for his country, until one day, during a vacation, a mysterious man appeared and changed everything. This man claimed he was sent by an employer with an offer. They wanted Duggan and his partner for an assassination job. At first, Duggan flat out refused. Soldiers couldn't take private contracts, but when the man mentioned the payment, his resolve wavered. If they pulled it off, they'd each walk away with 20,000 pounds. They never planned on taking side jobs, but the money was too tempting to ignore. The mysterious man knew they wouldn't say yes right away. So he left his card and told them to think it over. A few days later, Duggan and his partner, Gates, arrived in Ankara, Turkey. They had given in to temptation. Compared to military operations, this job was a breeze. They took out the target effortlessly. The client was thrilled with their efficiency and paid them on the spot just like that. Duggan and Gates embarked on their journey as contract killers, but they had no idea their next mission would change everything. This time, their job was to capture a drug dealer. As they neared the location, Duggan and Gates got out to find a good sniper position while their squad surrounded the target's house, but things escalated quickly, and negotiations turned into a full-blown firefight. From his vantage point, Duggan spotted an enemy sniper taking aim at his teammates. To protect them, he fired first. The gunfight spiraled into chaos. The enemy barely had a chance to fight back. Their squad leader was a ruthless man. Without hesitation, he gave the order, kill them all. But something wasn't right. These weren't terrorists. They weren't drug dealers. They were civilians. They were attending a wedding. Duggan and Gates exchanged uneasy glances. Before they could speak up, it was already over. Everyone inside the house had been slaughtered. To cover up the massacre, smoke grenades were thrown, and an airstrike was called in to erase any evidence. A deafening explosion reduced everything to ashes. On the way back to camp, Duggan and Gates stayed silent. This wasn't the first time their commander had done this. Under his orders, their squad had become more ruthless than the so-called terrorists they were fighting. Duggan had had enough. A dark idea took root in his mind. Midway through the return trip, he made the squad pull over, faking a potential ambush for safety. He and Gates moved ahead to clear the area. Duggan slowly approached a dirt mound, pretending to search for hidden explosives. After a moment, he turned back and signaled to his squad. Just an old bicycle. Everyone exhaled in relief. The next second, Duggan reached into his pocket and pulled out a detonator. He pressed the button without hesitation. Boom! The explosion wiped them all out. The incident was reported as an ambush by enemy forces. From that day forward, Duggan ceased to exist. In his place, a new name emerged, the legendary assassin known as Jackal.